Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Cancer August 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is, as far as August goes, Venus will be in Virgo from the 18th until the 31st. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, if you're unattached Cancer, you may connect with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics. It could be someone in your neighborhood or somebody perhaps from your early education, somebody you've been communicating with for some time, and maybe you're trying to bring something to the next level, so to speak, with them. Could also be about really the enjoyment of analytical communications and extrapolating data, perhaps in your communications. Could be about projecting stats. If you're into sports, that could be something you could be doing at this time, and also about valuing. Really evaluating punctuality, dependability, reliability, really in matters connected with your short journeys. It could be errands, and also in being punctilious with details. Also, there could be strong value in that, in your communications, in your short journeys, in perhaps even matters connected with your early education. It could be with people you knew from them, or even things you learned at that time. So as far as that goes. So anyway, and it could also be about the enjoyment of Virgo type things with third house people, such as analysis, again, extrapolating data, cleaning, organizing, playing games that require analysis to some degree, like Strategio or Mastermind, chess, even checkers. So anyway, next thing up, as far as August goes, Mars will be in Cancer from the 1st until the 18th. So the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, you might find that the situation with people you generate money with it could be a little bit more contentious and acrimonious than usual. You might become a little bit more angry regarding your possessions, such as people messing with them. It might result in some very loud, vociferous, heated, boisterous type arguments at this time, and it's really matters over, and it could also be angry over matters of pride connected with what you have, your resources, your possessions at this time. And also to be very careful as far as, dehydration levels go at this time, Cancer. You're not exactly known for a robust constitution. And if you're doing things in terms of making money, or you're doing some vigorous sports activity connected with self-esteem and self-worth, or what have you, be exceptionally prudent and cautious, because Mars, of course, a fiery planet. Leo could be very intensified heat energy. And especially now we're during the summer period, so if you're doing any of the things I described, just be very careful at this time not to overexert yourself. Now, could also become this could also be about arguments over your self-worth and self-esteem. It could have been maybe where somebody might have humiliated you or demoralized you, and this is where this anger could be coming out. But it could also be at this time putting energy into Leo type monetary matters. It could be something doing entertainment, circus work, doing something with acting, being an actress, something of a creative endeavor, working with children, performing in some capacity. So anyway, next thing up. As far as August goes, Mars will be in Virgo from the 18th until the 31st. So the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, at this time, a situation with siblings, cousins, neighbors may be a little bit more contentious and acrimonious than usual. It could be a lot of could be some arguments regarding hygiene and cleanliness, and being nitpicky, with a lot of judgmental and critical energy connected with it. At the same time, this could be a time too where you might be putting some energy into organizing things in your neighborhood. It could even be just organizing a neighborhood watch in some cases, but also at the same too, putting a lot of energy and vitality perhaps into being very punctual, dependable, and reliable in your short journeys, and also into maybe diagnosing vehicles in some cases. If you are somebody that is into cars and doing analysis in connection with them. So that could be something you could be doing at this time. It's also about being driven at this time toward analytical communications, toward ones that are very, it might be somewhat pedantic and very wordy as well. But also, and again, this could be a time too, if you're unattached at this time, Cancer, you may connect with a Virgo Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo characteristics. It could be somebody in your neighborhood, someone from your early education, someone prominent in your short journeys. Anyway, next thing up. Jupiter will be in Sagittarius still, so the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, well, as I've stated previously, Jupiter can be rather paradoxical. It could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. In a lot of cases, this could very well enlarge and expand reckless, foolhardy, over-optimistic, over-enthusiastic behavior, perhaps with an aunt and uncle, somebody prominent in your daily routine. It could be somebody at your place of employment. It could also enlarge Sagittarius health-related issues if you have any, such as something with the sciatic nerve, the thigh, the liver, anything Sagittarius related. But it could also be about expanding, or be very fortuitous for incorporating perhaps religion, philosophy in the daily routine, and also too about incorporating a lot of jocularity and joviality in the daily routine as well. And perhaps it could be some luck and fortune doing something sports related in terms of your health in the outdoors. Could be very fortuitous for your health at this time. It could be something too where, again, this could also be about being very philosophical, perhaps with an aunt and uncle, somebody in your health, at your place of employment at this time. So anyway, next thing up, Saturn will be in Capricorn, so the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now at this time, while you might be facing certain restrictions and limitations in your relationships, Cancer, your perhaps it might be dealing with some kind of legal issue. You're having maybe some trouble, maybe some difficulty making progress or headway with it. It could also be, too, where you might be, this could also manifest in taking responsibility to legal matters, to lawsuits in some cases. And if you're unattached at this time, Cancer, you may connect with an older Capricorn person. It could be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Capricorn characteristics. But also another way this could manifest some cases, this could be about taking care of a sickly or debilitated significant other, marriage partner, even a grandmother. It could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings. We might be making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy. This could also be about Saturn-like competition at this time, such as something with politics, with business, anything that could be Capricorn related. So anyway, or even mountain, could it be mountain climbing in some cases? Well, maybe very isolated. But anyway, and also older people might be figuring more prominently than usual in matters perhaps with legal situations. Could even be an open adversary. An older Capricorn person could be an open enemy, but it could be a Capricorn Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or one that embodies Capricorn traits. Next thing up, Uranus will be in Taurus still, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, you might be dealing with friends that might be a little bit more eccentric, unorthodox, unusual at this time. You might be experiencing more stubborn, obstinate behavior, unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior from friends, acquaintances, people in groups, clubs, organizations, people you may know in social media. On a positive note, though, this could manifest in Uranus aspirations such as aerospace, astronomy, even rocket science, astrology, electronics, computers, innovation, humanitarian endeavors. And being in Taurus could be something you strongly value and have certain persistence with as well. But at the same time, you might be going through a lot of financial fluctuations in terms of money derived from a business, if you do have one at this time. So anyway, Next thing up, Neptune will still be in Pisces, so the ninth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, at this time, in-laws, grandchildren, if applicable, might be somewhat more nebulous and unclear than usual. This could be about perhaps doing something Neptune related as far as your higher education goes. It could be something with poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, something with pharmaceutical work. It could be something too, perhaps with the metaphysical, which includes astrology, anesthesiology, and just guard against overly, you might be dealing with some, if you're part of a religious congregation, be wary perhaps of duplicitous, deceptive pastors, people that are leaders of it, that it might be some kind of false indoctrination that might be taking place there. They might be indoctrinating people, in some cases with some false religion. Could also be at this time too, that when you're talking about Neptune energy, it could be somewhat lethargic and lackadaisical. You might feel more like daydreaming and fantasizing in ninth house matters connected with the ninth house, as opposed to taking action on them. And especially if this is making an adverse aspect to your natal, to your Sun, your Mars, or your Ascendant at this time. Last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn, so the seventh house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, well, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but you know I'm going to anyway. This could manifest perhaps in the actual or literal death of a grandmother, a significant other, a marriage partner in some cases, even an open enemy or adversary, which you might not think is so bad if that actually does happen. Or it could be a figurative ending, perhaps of some kind of legal issue at this time, and where you were dealing with an open enemy. Maybe it could result in some reconciliation or what have you. But the thing about this too is that this could also be about some kind of Plutonian competition. It could be something with the occult, the astrology, supernatural, maybe some kind of digging deep. You're tried something connected with research, or trying to find some kind of buried secret, figuratively speaking. It could also be at this time where you might be expecting some kind of perfection or infallibility from others in general, people in your relationships, significant other, a marriage partner. And also too, maybe there's some kind of power you feel you can get, maybe through legal matters and understanding legalities and legal situations in general. At this time, it could also be manifest in a Plutonian type partnership, such as something with insurance, the occult, astrology, supernatural, psychiatry, or psychology. Anything that could be maybe something with something nuclear, anything that could be Pluto related. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Cancer August 2019 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be giving you my Leo August 2019 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel, but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.